Hello, everyone. As you can see, this is my hand holding the camera. Actually, I think I have my camera on wide. That's probably why you can see the bottom of my hand. But anyway, so this is my cat. Hello. Hey, Fast. Hi. Hi. I just feel like talking, and y'all can look at Lola while I talk. Um, talk about updates, life, what's been going on with me. Um, haven't been posting to this channel. Well, I actually have. I just haven't made it public because that's more for myself. But I thought I'd give you, if you want to know, what's been going on. So I recently got another job, as y'all know. Or maybe you don't, but I did. And I've been driving, and that's my job is driving. I have to have a CDL for it. And while it has been an experience to get my CDL and all of that, it has been a whirlwind of roller coaster emotions and feelings, just in general. But I'm now feeling the effects, as always, of doing the most. But I actually like this job. It's not like my last one where I just hated it. I actually like this. Overall, I'm pretty much on my own. I'm left alone. Have to interact with people whenever I go in. But then when I leave out, I'm just doing my own thing. And I really appreciate that. Um, it has really given me a new respect for people, a new respect for myself, and just knowing when to say when. For example, I should be at work right now, but what am I doing? I'm at home, and it's a good reason why. It's not like, me just not going to work for not going to work's sake. It's a real legitimate reason. So for the past few weeks, I have been doing just now getting started with being out on my own and not dealing with trainers and things like that. And I was put on, it's kind of like a standby because they didn't have um, any other regular work. Like everybody gets a schedule. They didn't have any schedules available. So I was put on standby for a little bit and doing other people's schedules when they're unable to do so. And that is an experience. While I actually like the job, I'm not crazy about the company. I don't feel like they do anything bad per se, but just like most companies nowadays, it's all about the numbers and they often forget about people. And people have been living such unbalanced lives for so long that they don't know how to stay balanced. The people that's been there for many, many years are unbalanced AF and they used to it. And I'm not. So I've been working a lot of hours. I've been had some splits where I would work in the morning, be off during the midday, and then work at night. That sounds like a great thing, but it's not. When I come home, it's like 8 o'clock. When I come home, it's like 8 o'clock, and then I have to be up for like 4 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, and there's no way you can get a good amount of rest to be able to do the job properly. And that has led me to, over the past few days, doing like 5-hour energies just to stay awake. And today I finally got to the point where my body was like, no more. I did a 5-hour energy extreme and extra strength or whatever. And by the time I was done with my first half of the day, I could barely keep my eyes open. My body was so fucking exhausted and just ridiculous. So I had to gracefully bow out probably today and tomorrow because I have to catch up on my rest. Since I was taking over someone else's schedule, it threw off my personal schedule that I was set to have. So usually with this company, you have 2 days off consecutively. But since I was doing someone else's schedule, I had their days off. And the way they set it up, they split it up between 2 weeks. So I would only have like one day off between my next, no, between my next shift, not shift, but between my next week. And that just doesn't fucking work for me. I have to have rest. I have to. Like some people, they can only sleep like 3 or 4 hours and be good. I have to have at least 7 full hours of sleep to be good. Now, this wouldn't be such a huge issue if it was a regular job, but since I'm driving for hours and hours a day, it's a really big fucking deal. And one day, the first day when I started to become really, really drowsy, I started making really big mistakes in my driving. Thank God nothing happened. But after that, I was like, oh no, I have to find a way to function properly so I can do the job and then go from there. And that at that point, it was just the 5 hour energies that was keeping me awake, taking them twice a day. And I never do that. I feel like 5 hour energy, in my opinion, should never be taken more than once a day, just for your body's sake. Excuse me. But I had no choice in order to do the job. And I feel the effects. So, like, for example, I'm extremely tired. I slept. I came home. I went to sleep. I slept for about 3 hours. I woke up. My body decided that it didn't want to sleep anymore. But my mind is still completely, totally exhausted. So, um, I'm trying to, I ate a little bit, as you can see, and I'm trying to just let my body calm itself down. Like I said, from the 5 hour energies, having that caffeine flow through my body like that, it is throwing me off. So now my body and my mind are on two separate schedules. My body feels rested because I'm laying down at night. I'm getting the bodily rest, but my mind and my sleep, actual mental sleep is off. So they're on two separate schedules right now. And I have to do something about that. So, like I said, I took this evening off. I'll probably take a full day off tomorrow. And then I have an actual off day, which, like I said, since I took over someone else's schedule, I've been working for 5 days, and then I would have one of their days off. Then I work 5 more days until my actual schedule kicks in because I just got my own personal schedule. So I had to draw some lines. And that's just where I am. But the good news is if things don't work out, I can always take my CDL anywhere because I actually do love to drive. I actually like my job, and I actually hope to keep it, and hopefully it works out well. But anyways, so updates as far as life is concerned. Like I said, I've been really off balance, but you know what? When your default starts to kick in, my good and bad defaults, I've been eating a lot, so that's a bad default. But my good default is spirituality starting to kick in and do its thing. For example, when I was put in on standby, I did not like that because they can hold you up to 15 hours and nobody's holding me any fucking where for that many hours. Or I can't go home and I can't get sleep. No way. So I actually did a little bit of fire magic where I set an intention, wrote it on a piece of paper, put my energy into it, asked the universe, hey, this is what I want. Burned it in my little dish, cauldron, like dish. It's not a cauldron, but it's like a dish, fireproof dish, and set it to the universe. I said I wanted within a week, I wanted to get a schedule, and whoop, 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 I got one. So hopefully it works out well. Um, what else has been changing? Oh, and I also wanted to mention this really quick. Hope you guys can see that well. I know I don't get great focus with this camera, but this is a crystal that I got from Earthbound. Is a store in a Deerbrook Mall in Humble, and it is beautiful. The string didn't come with it. I put it on a string, but it actually came with its own necklace. I didn't like the necklace part. It was cheapy and I didn't want it making me itch, but it is a real clear quartz crystal and it's like dipped in some sort of gold something, epoxy, I don't know. And it has all of the chakra stones going down the center of it. Oh, why can't this focus? And I can't touch my phone. But anyway, all the different chakra stones going down it, and it is beautiful. And her name is Charlatan. Why? I don't know. She just looked like a charlatan to me. I don't know. She's okay with it. Anyway, so that's a new addition to the family. Okay, there's this guy. Have conflicting feelings. Okay. There's this guy that I met in training. I'm just gonna give you the short, skinny of it. A guy that I met in training, really beautiful soul, really nice guy. Kind of not kind of old spirit. He has an old spirit. He's I think he's about to be 37. Only problem with him is money. I don't date men who work where I work. That's a whole thing. And money, honey, he's lacking in that. And I'm like, why? Like, why do I get these halfy men? Like, I get men with the money and they about as deep as a puddle or, want to fuck. And then I get somebody who's really like of quality, but he's broke. No. It's like, why? But I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is the first time I felt this way in years. But I wanna fuck the dude. Yeah, I admit it. I wanna fuck him. I don't think that we would work out as a couple, not because of money, but because we have two separate ways we want to live our lives. Like, for example, me, y'all know I have a lot of big dreams, a lot of big desires. I'm going to be a multimillionaire one day, and I want to live a nice, lavish lifestyle. Doesn't have to be lavish all the time, but I want my house to be lavish. And I want to be able to travel and do all these different things. And I never want to, work a job forever. I want a career of my own making. And he's the total opposite. Like, he doesn't care about money like that. Like, he just wants enough to be able to pay his bills and, do what he needs to do. He doesn't really care for a lavish lifestyle. He's not really big into, businesses and creating things like that. Like, he's just an average Joe Blow kind of guy. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, why? Why does this really, like, he's super sweet. He is chivalrous. He is generous. He is kind, really kind hearted, really caring. Um, just a beautiful soul. Like, I feel like I can talk to him and be comfortable and just relax and be myself. He's been here actually on this couch, one day when we were transitioning from training to working on standby. We had about 7 hours before we had to be up the next morning. And he lives like an hour away from the job. And I was like, hey, why don't you just come crash on my couch? Well, actually, he asked me because I asked him a few days before, did he want to come over? He was like, I can't, but maybe next time, I'll do a rain check. I was like, okay, fine. And he was like, can I use that rain check? Like, you just want to use me for my couch, huh? No, but it was totally fine. Like, I trust him. Like I said, he's a really great guy. Like, just overall really great. He's gonna make some woman extremely happy one day. Let me make sure I have that. He's gonna make some woman really, really happy one day. I'm not sure it's gonna be me because I just have too many big dreams, too many things that I want to do that he's completely not interested in. And I don't want to do them alone. I want to do them with someone who wants the same thing. But I feel like we've met in this moment for a reason. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I know it's to learn things. Like, he's complete opposite of me. He's really calm, really patient. He kind of I tell him he talks slow. He does kind of talk slow. He doesn't talk slow like in a slow person, but he talks really calm and he says all of his words completely like you. And I'm just like, I want this, I want that, and I'm all over the place, whatever. He's like, you really need to learn some patience. I'm like, I have patience. I'm like, no, you don't. You just learn patience. Just calm down, relax. And he talks really calm and slow. And I'm like, you like, I need to get over because that's how I am. But I really like him. I know he likes me. But I don't think it'll work out over time. But I want to fuck him, but I don't want to fuck him and fuck up our friendship. So that's the whole thing. And, you know, we'll see. But I really do like him. And I've been having daydreams of screwing him in my bed. Like, I just want to put my breast in his face. And I want to sit on his penis. And I hope it's a big penis. So that's just my thoughts. We'll see how things go. Before I was completely against this thing, like, oh no, I want to wait for the right person, but I don't know. For some reason, I just really want to fuck him. It's not like I haven't been, getting it in for myself, not with anybody else, but with me. And, usually that's enough. And I just want to fuck him. I don't know. But anyways, that's what's going on with me. Um, I want to do more videos on magic, more videos on spirituality, self-love. I got a new computer in which I'm going to be able to. I got a new computer, number one. Number two, I purchased the Adobe Premiere Pro. So I haven't had time to do anything yet. I just got a new computer. Well, it is a tower computer with a monitor. It's 16 gigabyte RAM, the most powerful computer I've ever had, and I only spent $350. I'm going to talk about that later. And it's a refurbish, but it works beautifully. No complaints whatsoever. And I just have a lot of things that I want to do. Like I said, I haven't been able to do anything because I haven't had a set schedule. That has really thrown me off. But for the next few days, I'm going to get some sleep. At some point, I'm going to do something with my hair because I have to. It's been driving me fucking insane. Not doing my hair, so that's the thing. But that's just some updates. I feel like I have some more to say, but I'm too tired to say it. Thank you so much. Happy Ostara. Happy not Easter. Happy spring equinox. To all of my magical people and pagan beauties. Happy Ostara to you, and hopefully have a great spring. Happy New Year, because it really is a new year for us. One lady that at my job told me that. She's like, Happy New Year. And I'm like, oh God, this lady's crazy. She's like, no, it's the beginning of spring. It's like, this is the real New Year. I was like, oh, same Year. Whatever. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Thank you so much for listening. Talk to you later.